Good morning, Saturday morning, guys. This is Jared Weezy with Profiles That Pop. You know the drill. Profile pop-up. I've done over 260 of them publicly, officially on LinkedIn, but hundreds more. I'm curious to know who might like one. And I want to start by jumping around and sharing my screen and seeing what's up and who's out there and who might be interested in a profile pop-up. So I am going to start sharing my screen. You know the drill. I don't like to put myself in the limelight. Not to mention you don't want to see what my gruff is looking like right now. But yeah, don't change that channel. Did you know that you can stop notifications of LinkedIn Live if you're kind of tired of them? Or you can unfollow people and stop seeing all of their content, including LinkedIn Lives. You know, if you're not my tribe and it's not your vibe, so be it. But I'm here to tell people what I can, what I know, and help in any way I can. And it's hard to cover all the things that I want to cover, but you know, that's when I go one-on-one, and it's where I come alive the most and help people as much as I can. It's the one-on-one interaction. So this is about as close as it gets. And I see some people commenting. I appreciate it. Hello from Mexico. Wow, we've got Madagascar. We've got Nigeria. We've got hi from Sai. Is that SI? I'm not sure what that is, but Yusuf Ali, if you could tell me exactly where that is, what that means that you're saying. And hello from Brazil, Ricardo. Sorry, I didn't see your name there correctly. But yeah, you know, this is kind of an interesting thing, right? You know, I'm not going to put the limelight on me per se. I want to get it out on you guys. So without further ado, I thought I would take a look at the people commenting. Great to see you all. But curious, does anybody know what a profile pop-up is? And if you're interested in one, add your profile link in the comments. And I will randomly take somebody who is leaving a comment and puts their profile in the link as a comment. And I will go through some top tips to help improve your profile. So let me share my screen without further ado. I know this takes a little while. There's always a delay here. So that's why I wanted to open up and chat a little bit with everybody. But I am going to kind of monitor. Hopefully you can see my screen. Looks like it's showing. So I've got new notifications. I'm going to try to show you guys a little tip. If you go to your posts and activity, right? You can see here that I'm live and looks like we've got 27 people that are showing up. Thank you so much. The number is up to 28. If you wouldn't mind, give me a like. You know, I'm curious if you like this, and show me with a like to start off here, one of these reactions, what you're feeling, what you're feeling today. And if this is the kind of thing you're interested in seeing more of, teach that algorithm. Tell it what you want to see, okay? But this is a little hack. If you go to somebody's posts, you go to their profile, right? And then I've got a shortcut here for it, but I go to posts, jump down to their posts, and you go to, if they're live, you will go to the top because it'll be showing that you're live and you've got 20, 30, 40 people, whatever is on there. You know, eventually that'll get to hundreds, right? Haha. Anyway, what it'll do is you can choose comments like I just did. And here's a little hack, by the way, guys. As soon as you can, get off of this default of most relevant, go to most recent, because LinkedIn loves to be glitchy. Hey, Tom, good to see you there. LinkedIn is always glitchy, and I to this day do not trust it. Frankly, I don't. But see here now, we can look at all these comments, and actually I can breathe. One of the things I don't like about LinkedIn Lives, you can't breathe, you can't react, you can't see the comments. Well, I'm hacking it right now. I'm showing you guys on the screen the comments that are coming in, and unless you're fast and you're watching it scroll by, when you're watching a LinkedIn Live, you miss it, and I hate that. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So get to most recent. There's a hack. Because you know what'll happen is, let me see if I can trigger this right now. I'm going to go back to most relevant and see what happens is this is the default. And when I click on load more, sometimes LinkedIn is trying to help people with it. If I do load more enough times, every once in a while I'm starting, this is new, but they give a little comment down here saying, warning, not all comments may be shown. You may need to change to, guess what, guys? Most recent. So do it right away and then click on the more, load them all up, and you can go back and repeat this process. You can do F5, refresh the screen. But, you know, look at this. I'm able to react real time. Thank you guys so much for joining. Hello from Arkansas. Nice. India. Hello. LA. Hello. Azerbaijhan. I'm probably not saying that right. I apologize, Eltune. But look at the places. This is what I love about LinkedIn, by the way, guys. And I apologize, but we will, I promise, we will get to, you know, what a profile pop-up is. I've got 3 topics here. Briefly, let me pause right there. Briefly, I'm going to change my banners. What's a profile pop-up? What's your goal on LinkedIn? And have you seen the ProfilePixPOP contest? It gets right into what we're doing right now. So that's the preview. I'm learning at this, guys, like we all are, learning to do what I can. But, you know, this you got to mix things up and try it out. So I'm doing things a little differently this time. I'm going to jump back here real quick and say hello to people. Brazil, look at that. We got Casablanca. I love it. Tom, I already said hello to you, but I'm going to like it. I like Pakistan. And look at that. I think we have a person here who would love to get a profile pop-up. If you guys heard me say it early on, put your link in the comments, and I will do a profile pop-up for you. Richard, my good friend, I've seen you before. We know that. All is well. Hope you're doing well, too. You know what? Latrina, you were the first one in here. And look at this, guys. I want to show you one thing first off. Look how little we see and how the fact that she's getting cut off here in her comment here is showing me only a little bit of this. Could be a big, long headline, right? We don't know. But my first glance is I'm looking at the first few words. So here's a little sneak peek of how I'm looking at her profile. You got a name, picture. I should start with picture. That was part of this step 3 here. But you got name, and you've got, of course, right here's her name. But the picture is the most important thing, guys. I really almost would say now, but the picture is most important. And if I can't see that very well, like you look at Mark, I can see his face. It's okay that he's got glasses on. He's looking right at us. Nice, friendly smile, looking right at us. I can tell that's Mark, and I want to go and click on his profile. But frankly, Latrina, just a quick feedback. Now, if I hover, it shows, it zooms in a little bit. Now I can see you a little better because it's a little bigger. I don't want you looking away to the side. I want you looking right at me, like you just met me, like we're in a meeting, and you were the first time we're about to do business together. And you're looking up, you're walking up to me, you have your hand out, you're about to greet me. Is that how you would look? I doubt it, right? Even if you're a business owner. So that's the first tip. 1 is your picture. 2 is your name. You can't really change that, but you can put, you can put credentials is what LinkedIn says. Okay. So even putting CEO, putting SPN, those technically are not what you should be doing. But some people do. And what you can do, and what LinkedIn even admits to it, if you've got credentials, you're an MD, PhD, that sort of thing, that can go in your last name field. Otherwise, it really should be just the name. Just like I've got up here, get a little creative. You can put in caps, right? If you want to do that. But anyway, real quick again, first top 3 things to be looking for, guys. Picture, name, make sure there's nothing here. Don't be putting extra stuff in it. And then the headline. Those are the 3 most important things. Why? Because that's all we see, right? Look right now. It's all I've got to go on. Do I want to click on this comment? Do I want to click on her profile? Do I want to know more? So let's jump in, guys. How you doing today? Uh-oh. Not good, not good. Houston, we have a problem. Latrina, I think I see what the problem is. I'm going to copy the link address. You forgot the in. So let's go in here. Let's add the in, and let's see if that fixes it. And do we have a Latrina? No, we don't. Okay. Well, let's go and click on it this way. Instead of guessing, I took a guess at it. There you go. Tip number 1, guys, get rid of that number there, because see how much harder it just made it for me to find you? Even though you think that was the name of your profile, it wasn't. LinkedIn actually has this in there by default. So you're going to want to get rid of that, is what I would suggest, Latrina. That's going to be one tip right there. It's not huge. You're not going to run into those problems all the time. But my first glance, if I get to your profile, okay, that's my perspective right now, guys. I'm getting to this profile. I am seeing that you've got a banner, but it's getting cut off. You're going to want to realize that, and especially on an app, it's going to be worse. So make sure you adjust this as much as you can so that we're not getting cut off on this. I would shift this over. If you had this done, ask them to simply shift this over to the middle and make sure it's not getting cut off, because we missed that go to, right? We missed maybe the words that are back here. You can see it right now. You see it live. Check it out on an app. You'll see it's even worse. So I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to jump back to comments. Even though I've got your profile up there, Latrina, thank you for doing that and sharing that. I'm going to ask in the comments, please give me a comment. Are you guys hearing me okay? I was watching a live the other day, and the person was going on for a minute or two, and as a reminder to me, we couldn't hear the person. I would hate for that to be going on. So please give me a comment right now if you can hear me. I want to know that, please. And back to that. Okay, let me go back to, I'm going to, for a moment here, I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to post. I'm going to show you my little hack, but please, if you would in the comments, I'm not sure they're coming in fast enough. Let me know if you can hear me, and I'm going to, again, do my hack, right? I went to post. See how I had that shared, that link saved? So I'm going to comments, and before I even open up more comments, I'm going to go to most recent. And especially right now, 8 seconds ago, all the best from Brazil. Thank you very much. Hi from India. If you guys would be so kind, let me know if you can hear me. Everybody hear me okay? In fact, I can try to do one more thing here. I can do a little banner. Can you hear me now? Being fun here, guys, but you gotta be fun once in a while, right? It's part of my style. Let me see here. There, can you hear me now? So be a little fun. Let me know, please, in the comments, and I don't know if they're going to show You know what? I may have just fixed it. I think I just figured out what it was, guys. Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear this now? Shoot, nothing better. I apologize, guys. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I can now. Okay, excellent. I figured it out, guys. It was a glitch on my end. I'm glad. Yes, thank you so much. I apologize, guys. We were losing people. Literally, I love it. I was seeing the ticker, as you guys can see my screen right now. We were down to 21 people. Let's go back to Latrina. I apologize, guys. I'm so glad you can hear me, and I've learned a valuable lesson. As is many things in life, right? You got to have some fun with things. Latrina, let's see what happened to you, where you went here in the comments, and let's jump in there. We were just getting started. Latrina, was that helping what I was saying before? Did it make sense? Did you have a question about what I was saying? Did you see how your link was bad and how you can see the full link is really right up here? I want to know if that was helpful. Latrina, can you hear me now? I want to especially know about you. If what I was saying before, if you heard that before, or if we completely missed all that. Let's see here. I'm just going to go full screen. I guess it doesn't really matter. For some reason, you're not seeing my logo, I don't think either, are you? I think that I think that's what happened. Yeah, it's solo layout. Yeah. Oh, well, it's not showing me like I thought it would. I don't know if you guys are seeing my logo on the left of the screen. And if not, I'm just going to maximize the screen. Did that just get bigger for you guys? Great, Latrina. Thank you. I'm glad you can you see that. This is such fun. I'm looking to get into these more, and I will be better with them. And I got to tell you guys, one of my biggest things is, I love pop, right? I'm all about profiles that pop. So I like things to be quick and to the point, and I apologize right now. I'm going through some learning curve. Bear with me right now. But I'm glad we didn't have to stop this whole thing, and we can get back to Latrina. What I want to say about Latrina, I see the first two words I see are business owner. That's what right away, that's shaping everything about this profile and my view of it. So those better be the top couple words, and I would say the top first 3 to 5 words are the most important thing. Why? Because in various places, let's see if I can show it to you. Here I'm clicking on the comments that you've left. And if I look over here at your comment, look how few of the words are showing up from your headline, right? Business owner at whatever. And it got cut off. I got 3 to 4 words. It's even worse on an app, guys. Even worse. So if I come back out here, you need to be making sure that the first, like I said, 3 to 5 words are really popping, because otherwise might be as much as you get, and that's it. And we need to make sure that people are seeing you and what you want to see, have them see of you. Okay, make sense? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. Let me know if you want clarifications. I will try. Well, you tried to fix the banner. Thanks for giving the feedback, Latrina. I understand. It's not about LinkedIn letting you. It's about you going to a great tool called Canva.com, Canva.com. I'm going to open it up here so you guys see it. Go to Canva.com, and you can create a design, and you can even say social media, and you can say create a design, and you can say, I think it's in here, you can start typing in. So you can tell down here, guys, my last things that I was doing is I was playing with my banner. By the way, what do you think of the logo? Which color do you like best? Is it over the top? Let me know. Even if you think it's over the top, well, it's got you to notice if you did see it and didn't like it. But anyway, it's kind of my point, right? It's about pop. But if I go here, bingo, LinkedIn banner, and that does look like the exact right specs that we want. Here's how you control it, Latrina. And I'm glad to see that makes sense on Canva. I'm just going to go back. Well, you added a comment here, so yeah, I just showed that on the screen. I'm glad you can see that. But yeah, you see what it does is it gives you the right dimensions here, and you can pick something. So for example, your business is our business. You go in here now and you say, double click on it, highlight the whole thing. Latrina's business is your biz, right? And you might have a big full screen and that becomes your banner. You know, I'm not going to turn that one into mine, but it was that easy. So get the elements that you liked from your other one. And, you know, that's, you know, get the right colors in there, like to your point, you know, what your business colors are, that's not a problem. You know, I'll show you how that works too, guys. You go here to the color scale, you can pick anything you want, or you can just have it jump out, right? Red, white, orange, doesn't matter. You have full control with Canva. It's incredible. It really is incredible. And see how you got to be careful, right? Sometimes it doesn't work very well, but it notices. This is what's really cool about Canva. If you throw a picture, you throw a photo in here, it will look at this color scheme that's there and it will find a good match for you. So you don't have to be, you know, the most perfect graphic artist, right? But just it's incredible. You know, I love Canva. I'm using it all the time, and you can tell it's what I've got for my banner. But anyway, back to this real quick. Here's the thing about banners, guys. People say that the banner is so important, but it's not. Okay, it's not because you've got to get them to your profile before the banner becomes a thing. So it's all about, I like to say this about LinkedIn, guys. It's three things for LinkedIn: settings, content, and engagement. So it's settings to be seen, it's content to be searched, and it's engagement to be seen, essentially, right? It's, you know, you get that visibility. But so, for example, I do a search of raw chick beauty. You come up in the list. I mean, we could even do this right now. I do raw chick. Let's say I heard that. Oh, you got to check this thing out. It's called raw chick beauty. And let's say I did a typo even. Raw chick beauty. I click on, you know, I don't see you in here, but I made a typo, right? Let's say, oh, wait. It's got to be raw chick beauty. It's not what I was expecting. I'm looking for someone named Katrina. What was it called? Raw chick. Now I'm lost and I missed it. But, you know, let's say, oh, no, number 9. That could be bad. That could be bad on me. Did I totally miss this? But see, for example, I would expect that would be in here. And I apologize. I'm probably completely getting that wrong. Raw, C-H-I-C, beauty. Okay, let's type that again. Raw, C-H-I-C, B-A-U-T-Y. So I would think, for example, you're going to want to be found for that, right? So if I put in raw chick beauty, I did it right. You're not the first few people that come up in the search. Okay, fine. But what if I do content? Not coming up. So one tip for you, by the way, just like I've got ProfilePopUp, as you see here, I would put and create a hashtag, raw chick beauty. You got 3 words. I love 3 words. Do raw chick beauty. And what you can do is when you go back to LinkedIn, put in raw chick beauty. And if it's telling you that it doesn't find it, what you can do is you can start following it. So it should show it in here. This is being kind of funky right now. I'm not sure why raw chick beauty is showing me. Normally, well, there you go. So if you got to hit that. See how I did that hashtag? You got to do that in sometimes. Spelling it right. B-A-U-T-Y. Make sure I spell this right. And now that I started hitting it, it's not finding it, right? So I would create in your posts, by the way, and on your profile, get raw chick beauty in there. So that's a little bit of a detailed tip, but I wanted to show that out to you because if that's what you're all about, make sure you're getting found for raw chick or raw chick beauty. Get that hashtag in use because that's going to tie nicely into your brand and into your website and everything. Anyway, so you see how important that was, and we haven't even really gotten to your profile. If this were a recruiter's perspective, going through this, they are looking for, research was done in 2012. It was reconfirmed in 2018. I think it's even more important today. They are looking for 6 things in 6 seconds, guys. All right. And yeah, look at that. You know, raw chick beauty. I'm going to throw that up there. Good for you. That's your website. And drag and drop images, by the way, Latrina. Not sure what you mean, like into that Canva. Maybe that was still based on the old comment that we were talking about, but I'm not sure what you mean by that. But yeah, what you do is you do an upload on Canva. You do an upload of any image you want, and then you drag it in or click it, and it will go into the image that you're working on in Canva. So when recruiters are looking at a profile, and then I'll get this into business side of things, they're looking for 6 things in 6 seconds. Now, it's not the same 6 things if you're looking at it from business perspective, but regardless, the 6 seconds, and I would say even shorter, holds true, right? Because they're going to scroll through. Do I want to keep going through this profile? It's even worse on the app, right? Now look at this. I jumped down here, one of the things I was looking for, and it jumps out at me, fashion. You must know your stuff with fashion, retail, entertainment. Kudos to you. I may not expand these. I may not look at these other skills. I'm going to be lazy. People are lazy, right? If I refresh this, everything is collapsed again. In 6 seconds, if I'm scrolling through here, what catches my eye? Nothing but text in the About section. There's your tip. Get some stats in here. Get me to want to click on See More. And if that's all you have right now, I don't know, let me refresh again. You need more text in the About section if that's all you have. Yeah, it looks to me like that's cutting off because you just ended it with the 4 dots, it looks like. You need to be getting a lot more in here because draw them in with something above the line that pops. That's huge. But again, it's once you get them to the profile. What gets them to you in a search and makes them click on your profile and start to go in there, again, settings. You got to make sure your settings are right. The fact that you don't have an image showing is an example of a setting, so to speak, that's not right. Are you getting to Google? It's a good litmus test that I use. Are you getting to Google? If not, it's a setting problem. Those are the kind of things you've got to get taken care of, all right? You got a healthy number of followers. That looks great. Logo. You got to get the logos taken care of, especially for your own business. This is you don't have a website built for yourself on LinkedIn. How do I know? See how I'm at the very bottom left of my screen? It's showing, if you guys can see that, down in the bottom left here, it shows that this is a search right now. It is not actually your business. If I go to click on this, it's just going to go out and do a search for small business owner, or it's going to actually search for beauty allure marketing, and more importantly, your business, it looks like, self-employed. It's going to do a search for raw chick, one word, space, beauty, because of the way you typed it in right here and the way you did it. You need this to be your own company. That is huge. That is probably the number one thing I would say on your profile. Why? Because it shows right here. If you haven't fixed this right now, I'm going to click on this and watch what happens when I click on it. It jumps down to this section, but then when I click on this, it's just doing a search, and it ends up doing a search for, as you can see right there, and it shows you're the person on there, but I want to know more about your company. I want to get to your company page. So Latrina, you got to get that fixed. That is huge. Above and beyond anything else I can tell you right now, don't worry about the banner. People aren't even getting to your company page. They can't understand what Raw Chick Beauty is all about. Luckily, you do have this in your banner, but people aren't going to click. They're going to want to look for, they're not going to want to click even, really, seriously. They're going to want it to be right there in front of them. They're going to want to go right here, one quick click, and go right here and click on the icon. So you got to get that fixed. The other thing is, I can tell on the app, you have to actually tap right next to each of these businesses to see more. You don't have anything here because on the browser, it would show this. That's bad. That's really bad. What about being a small business owner? What about Raw Chick? Makes you the place people should go check out. You got to get that stuff in there. You got to get words. Because again, guys, that goes to my point number 2. It's the content that drives searches. Content gets you in the searches after you've got the settings covered. Settings to be seen, content to be searched, pop to get selected, right? That's the quick way, the 3 S's. Settings, seen, selected. That's what pop is to me. And by the way, pop actually stands for something. My pop, I ought to put this as like a little banner thing. What does pop stand for? POP stands for your performance. What have you done? What makes you great, Latrina, about Raw Chick Beauty? My optimization, that's the O, leads to more potential for you. That's the second or the third P, the third letter of the P. So hope that makes sense, guys. Any questions you guys are having? I know I'm going on about this a bit, but I'm trying to go into a deep dive this time. Is this helpful? Let me know. You said here you fixed it. That's great. Looks like you may have fixed your banner, is what you're talking about. Let's do a refresh and let's see. Okay, I don't see those. Sorry, I don't know why that's on there. Let me refresh that again. I don't know why it's not showing. So the banner's not fixed yet. Their settings are buried. They really are buried, but that gets in a whole number of things. So do you need to use a hashtag to make the profile pop? Great question, Ada or Ada. The hashtag isn't what makes a profile pop. A hashtag is beneficial because if you choose a hashtag for your company, like hashtag Raw Chick Beauty, you put that in a post or you put it in your profile. Now people, when they click on that hashtag, it will pop them, literally, pun intended, to your profile. So Get that in here in your content right away, Latrina, and we could even test it out and show people. I mean, literally go up here into your headline and put in there hashtag raw chick beauty. Get that in here and let me know when you've done it. And what we will do is we will test it out. But I'm going to show you guys, for lack of a better example, why not? If I go to ProfilesThatPOP, I click on it, right? 1,300 followers. You see my live that's going on right now, and you see all the other content and all the interaction that I've been doing. That's how huge it is, guys. So I just drew you in. If I make a comment now, if I'm, when I do a post, darn well, ProfilesThatPOP is going to be in there. So another little hack, especially for you business owners like Latrina, you have got to get that out there. You've got to get yourself a personal hashtag and be using it every single time. Now, the advice on hashtags in general is no more than 3, or a guideline. It's a guideline from a LinkedIn exec back in 2019. I've seen it as high, people saying they've tested it, as high as 9. You don't want it to be spammy, guys, is the bottom line, okay? So I say 3 to 5 is roughly my take. Now look here, look how many I used. You can see them by blue too, right? They're links, they're live links. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 links. I still got 74 likes. It didn't bring the world to an end. It didn't completely cut things off, but you don't want to be spammy. Now, something else that I did, if I jump back to a recent post, because I know I was experimenting with this a little bit and I mixed it up. I remember the LinkedIn exec was also saying, you don't have to have all of them be at the very bottom. Like you look at here, and I wanted to get into this today, by the way. Well, actually, this one's a little bit tongue-in-cheek here, but it makes the point, right? I actually have this wording, something like it, in the beginning of my about section. Why? I'm actually trying to make a point. I haven't, since I put this in here like a week or 2 ago, I haven't had anybody message me about it, notice it, and say, oh, that was so funny that you did that. So I'm putting it out there now in a LinkedIn Live that I posted on this yesterday. I got a few comments, didn't get a huge thing. And by the way, the reason I'm not getting a whole lot of interaction on this is never go negative. It's my little rule, but once in a while I like to break it and see what happens, I guess. Push the envelope a little bit. But, bulls hit, let's call it that. You got to sometimes put things out there. To be seen, searched, and selected, getting paid your worth, making sure you pop. You gotta put yourself out there. So my point that I came in here with, I apologize. You can mix things up. You can put a hashtag right in the middle of whatever content that you're doing. It's not like they all have to be at the very bottom. Okay, the LinkedIn exec even confirmed that. Now, this gets to the second point. I want to jump into this for a second, guys. We'll come back. Latrina, I think I've given you at least 3 tips. I want to just jump into my second topic. Once you have a goal, whether you're a business person looking for leads, whether you're a job seeker looking for jobs, obviously, or you might just be a blogger, a poetic master like my friend right here, Paula Goodman. Maybe that's what your deal is. You just want to be out there sharing, all the goodness that's out there with people. And by the way, I do want to call out, Paula, and see if she commented on this post. I don't know that she did, but this gets into my third topic. Did you see this profile pics contest that we did? We've got some, we're giving away basically $1,800 in prizes. We had 3 winners, and what we're doing now, and I'm going to be doing profile pop-ups and maybe a live like this with people, the three winners. So this was, the one of the posts afterwards. This was the best of the rest. Ian and I did the contest, and so we missed a few people. Here were actually the 2 people. We missed these 2 wonderful ladies. Somehow we had so many people applying for this, entering into the contest, and it was a bit all over the place. And somehow these 2 pictures, which were outstanding, they got missed in our final judgment. So we both felt really bad, and I wanted to make note of that. So this is my third topic for the day. But if you didn't see this, here's another powerful example of hashtags, guys. All you need to do is click on that hashtag wherever you found it. Your link up here changes, and here you go. Here are the winners. Now, why am I seeing the winner post, even though that was 4 days ago? Because the default is it's sorted by top, not by recent. If I do recent, I see the one he did or somebody else shared this. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for sharing Ian's post. Celebrate that. I really love that you did that. And look at that. Ian is doing great with networking. He's saying thank you for resharing the post, and see how it gets visible. You do the share, and now we're seeing it. So that's awesome. But if I go back to top, I digress, man. I could go on for so many different topics. I'm curious, guys. Leave in the comments here things you want to know more about LinkedIn. I would love to know. I'd love to hear it. But do me that favor, and I see that I've got some other comments in here. You know, that's awesome, Latrina, that you have a blog with a hashtag or hang tag. I'm not sure if you meant hang tag or hashtag, but that's awesome. And let's talk, LinkedIn user. Yeah, you know what? That's what it's all about, right? It's totally what it's all about. So curious, LinkedIn user, let's talk. You gotta kind of love the fact that, you know, that it showed up like this. I don't know what happened with that. You did see the contest. That's awesome, Nicholas, and I'm so glad you did. And I see your other comment, by the way, Nicholas. Keep trying to make your profile pop when you're struggling to get searches. I hear you, man. I hear you. The problem is there's 722 million people on LinkedIn. I've heard people say it's 800 million. I hear people think that it's 600, 700. I know how to tell you the exact number, literally in a search, but I can tell you, here's how you know for a proof, guys. You go to about.linkedin.com. This is what LinkedIn is ponying out, guys. So according to LinkedIn, when you get rid of all the fake profiles, LinkedIn says there are 722 plus million members. So it's huge. Back to your comment, Nicholas, yeah, it's a struggle nowadays more than ever. Okay, it's a struggle to get found in searches. I apologize, guys. I just realized that my tab was the only thing showing. Here I am jumping around. I really do apologize. I've got to learn to look over on the other side of the screen here. But this was that profile pop-up contest. Again, I clicked on that hashtag and it jumped right to top, which is up here. I want you guys to see that. So when you clicked on top, that's the default, and that was the most popular top post with that hashtag in it, and it was our winner competition report. So these, you open it up and you can read it, talks a little bit about it, and why this was the 1, 2, and 3 respectively. If you guys hopefully can see, yeah, you can see my mouse, it looks like, that's great. But yeah, it's a struggle to pop, and this is why I said early on in this broadcast, guys, the profile picture is #1. Okay, it is by and far. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, there's been research on it. You got to get that picture right. And even if you're doing a selfie, make it as good as you can, guys, because it's everything. You know, we go back to what I was showing early on, right? We were looking at Latrina. Actually, let me go back to, where is my, let's go back to, here we go. Here's the shares. I'm going back and you guys can see this now. Looking at comments. We got a few comments out there. Gotta love it. Again, here's the hack, right? Go to most recent for the comments. So you fix something now. I'm thinking that is literally, now that I did a search by most recent, you did that a moments ago. And see, here's Nicholas saying that he did see the contest. You know, how do you make yourself pop? Well, again, the picture, the name, and the headline. Because you see by me hovering, it gets bigger. But if I don't hover, this is all we get. You get the picture over here. You get your name. You really need to have the 3 in there because it's taking away, by the way, it's taking away what we see from you, Nicholas, in your profile, in a search, for example. If I jump to your profile, let's just do that here real quick. When I come in here, and what I would really love to see is a reply, because a reply on an app is one of the best ways that you will see just how little shows of your headline. Now, you end up having a short headline as it is, but so it's not going to be the best example. But what I wanted to show you was there are places on here, if I jump to your activity and I come down here and I look at what you've said, it's not showing me a good example right now, and I'm not thinking of the best way to show it. But some places on LinkedIn, it will show the name. And I guess you know what I'm thinking of? I tell you what, this is a way to do it. If I put in a search for, let me grab part of your name here, and I start putting in a search, there you go. It's got your name, it's got our relationship degree of connection, and then it's got, you know, part of your headline. The longer your name is, you do a search like this. Let's say I knew this guy. Hey, I met this guy at a networking event or on a Zoom call, you know, Nicholas Lasanta. And, you know, but I can't remember how did you spell his name? Nicholas Santa. Maybe it was Nicholas Santa. And see, look, I got it wrong. So, you know, hopefully I remember it was Nicholas Lasanta. Now, in your case, I don't know if this is a relation to you, but see, this is why you may need to put it in here. But yeah, I love the fact that you did use your middle initial, by the way, because if it helps differentiate you, that's great, right? But if I do a search on just Nicholas Lasanta, right, 2 results, So do you really need the J? Now, maybe you're doing that because of your resume. That's great, but just know that in some places on LinkedIn, it starts, what people see of your headline starts with your name, and then it goes right into your headline. So the longer your name is, even with credentials and whatnot, the less we may see of your headline. And here, by the way, you've got the default headline, Nicholas. That's current company or current title at current company. So, make sure that you are giving it a little, I would say, if nothing else, if there's one tip on a LinkedIn headline, and a lot of people disagree with this, from what I've been testing and finding lately, the tagline is the most important part. And you want a little hack, guys? Let you in on a little secret from testing I've done. And I do a lot of testing all the time because the LinkedIn algorithms are changing all the time as well. If you keep this headline to 29 characters or less, find a catchy thing you can say, like, oh, I don't know. What could you say in a headline that might, make something pop? I don't know. Can you guys think of anything that might make a headline pop? I'm struggling. I don't know. I'm struggling for words on a headline that might pop. But let me know if you guys think of anything, right? If you can think of anything like that at all, just let me know. I'm curious. What makes a headline pop? But if you do, what does it do? It piques curiosity, right? If I go out here and I type up resume writer, there's a lot of them out there. Oil and gas, you saw that show up on the list. Now, I really have no confidence that me searching for me, that it's a well-known thing now. I used to be able to search and see how I position myself in a search, but lately it's LinkedIn. A few months back, I'd say they took care of that work around that little hack, and you can't see yourself anymore in a search without going through some more hacks. So again, this is an example. What would you guys like, to learn about LinkedIn? What is your goal on LinkedIn? What are you after on LinkedIn? I would love to hear more in the comments, what you're struggling with, what you would like to hear about. But I've gone on long enough, and I've given you a few tips. If you like this, if you like these tips, great. If you like a resume writer and you do a search and these guys out of the 1.2 million people pop up, go for it. Check them out. My question to you is, which person pops? Which person jumps out at you, right, from all these listings? And which person do you think can help you with the best? And that's, kudos to them. But for example, are they a LinkedIn resume writer? Oh, and by the way, that's me. It's a way of doing that, making sure that you show up in a search. But even when I put in, I narrow it down and I say it's got to have LinkedIn as well. That 1.2 million now just went down to 43,000. So, back to Nicholas's comment, how do you get seen? How do you stand out? It's the more precise searches are, recruiters or business people, the more precise they are putting in their search. LinkedIn profile resume writer. Now from 33,000 and change, I'm down to 8,000. But again, I'm going to be showing you when I do the search, it's going to show the competition. It's not going to show me. So, hey, you want someone who knows LinkedIn. They say they know LinkedIn. That's wonderful. They say they know resume writing. Great. But you look at this and it's up to you to determine based on this who you're going to choose, right? It's kind of what it all comes down to at the end of the day, guys, right? So anyway, enough about this. I care more about, getting you found. That's what I'm all about, and helping you guys. So, my services, how I am helping people, resume writing, lead generation, career development coaching. It's shown in my background. Does your resume pass the ATS in seconds that you get? Actually, the ATS, it's instant, right? Then do you survive the eye scan, which is this red coloring that you're seeing here in this? This is from that latter study, by the way. Then we get into LinkedIn. More importantly, I would say than the resume, no doubt. Do you pop? Are you getting, the settings to be seen, content to be searched, and pop to get selected? And ultimately, do you love Mondays? Is LinkedIn working for you? What's your goal? Let me know in the comments, guys. What is your goal on LinkedIn? Tell me what you thought. I've been going on for 44 minutes, had a technical glitch or two, but I've been giving some tips. I'm going to shut it down now and make sure I stick under 45 minutes. How about that? Tell me what you thought in the comments below, guys. Have yourself a great day. I really hope you do. Have a great weekend. Let me know what kind of stuff you would like. And thank you for those who shared the links in the comments. We'll consider you for a profile pop-up in the future.